In the final week of the regular season, the Chiefs are looking for their 13th straight win over the Broncos. Can Denver finally snap the losing streak to KC? We'll find out soon on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, it's been a good season for them so far. They're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. They'll be led by the second-year man from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Tua now on first down. That throw complete to his tight end Long. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Being chased out left. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. On the handoff, this is Dillon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Let's go.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Dillon. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
Second down and goal. Tua looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Dillon. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. His 6th rushing touchdown on the year, number 8 overall. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. 1st quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a 2-time Pro Bowler in his 6th season now, Dak Prescott.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. On play action, Prescott. And Shark calls it in. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. A handoff, Fournette running left. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, yeah. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A handoff to Fournette. And they'll get him down right about the 20. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Prescott. Finding Green complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Fournette running out of the gun. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Fournette, a first down carry. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? This is Fournette. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. On third down, it's Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Myles Garrett coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And Folk's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 51 yards on the punt there. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Prescott's throw taken in by Green here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. DJ Chark, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now Folk for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver. Back to Dillon on first down. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Tua looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. Dillon now on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So the false start will back them up 5. So that'll back him up 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. Open man is Duvernay. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Dillon. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A.J. Dillon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Prescott. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
2 and now on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Long. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Ooh, the juke. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate...
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Jeffrey Simmons. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Fournette. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge is a successful one. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Tua going to try and go quickly here. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think. It is at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Chark. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the penalty, it's Fournette. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Prescott. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. Now Fournette. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Deshaun Hand drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
Vic Fangio's thought about it, and he'll indeed throw the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that, as it winds up, a good call by Vic Fangio. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he gets this up past the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
2 now on first down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Tua going to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On second down, Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On first down, Tagovailoa. Open man left side, it's the tight end long. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Tua. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a 1st and goal.
Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Hasty diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do.
anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Coup for the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, here's Coup to kick off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Prescott from the gun. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Leonard Fournette. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd down and 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Fournette running out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This for a 4th quarter lead. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort. On 1st down, Dillon. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. From the 45 on 2nd down, Tua. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Terrell Basham. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Denver's offense now set to go. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Fournette on the toss to the right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott now from the 50. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Prescott on 1st down. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Well, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy, back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zaven Collins brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career. 3rd and long for Prescott. It's brought in by Harris. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And Folk's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A little less than 4 minutes remaining. And the margin for error is small with this slim lead. operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember the...
Prescott stripped, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. That throw complete to his tight end Long. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Now a handoff to Dillon.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua.
He's got Long over the middle, complete. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Here's Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Buying time, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall.
And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Tua Tagovailoa who called his own number and finished it off with the touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Now James returning.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what... Prescott stripped. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. They got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here's Prescott.
It's a big play there for the Broncos.
That's once again complete to Chark.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Now Dak.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
People watching this one right here gave up because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah. What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Here's Prescott. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So the Chiefs now down 31-28. At time, a huge factor. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa. Pass complete. Thomas. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Tua to throw. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll have a 1st down as he's able to work his way out of bounds with 14 seconds remaining. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tua. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. Tua's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final try for Tagovailoa. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Broncos, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt.